Top of the morning, everyone. It is December the 3rd, 24 hours a day reading from a child of God and a recovering alcoholic addict. Let's have a moment of silence for those still out there in pain and suffering, please. Thank you. December 3rd, AA thought for the day. There is some alcoholic thought, conscious or unconscious, that comes before every slip. Here we are with slips again. Tis the season. As long as we live, we must be on the lookout for such thoughts and guard against them. In fact, our AA training is mostly to prepare us, to make us ready to recognize such thoughts at once and to reject them at once. The slip comes when we allow such thoughts to remain in our minds, even before we actually go through the motions of lifting the glass to our lips. The AA program is largely one of mental training. How well is my mind prepared? Wow. I tell you what, in the past year and 11 months for me, being in the program and more importantly, have God in my life, my mind is prepared for anything, it seems like. It's like, you bring it my way, I'm good. I can handle it with the help of God. Just doing the next right thing, working the steps, having that sponsor, pray. I'm just talking about for me. This is other people, other things work. I'm just trying to tell you what happened and what I'm doing to keep this guy sober. And that's leaving everything at Jesus Christ's feet. I'm praying. You go to meetings. That's what gets your mind going in a different direction. Because, once I start thinking about that drink, I've let it linger in there quite a bit, sometimes with drugs too. And I go out of control. I start thinking, that feeling comes back, wanting that. And so, I got to get out of it. Because my main thing when I start thinking about it is I start thinking about the hell that I was in when I was doing it. And it was literally hell. I thought it was some party and happy-go-lucky, you don't have to worry about anything, and that's far from the truth. You start stretching the truth a lot, and you don't realize what's real and what's going on. And I'm thankful and blessed to be, awake and know what the heck's going on right now. I love this life. God kept me long enough to be able to see this side of sobriety. I could have been dead many times in vehicle accidents. And it's an amazing journey. That's all I can say. Slips are real. Thoughts are real. You're not going to evade them. You're always going to have thoughts. Sometimes you have to remove yourself from a situation. I've been put in a situation a bunch of times, and I'm just not going to stay there. If I'm starting to feel uncomfortable, and that thought comes in about drinking, or I'm just in a situation where I don't want to be in, I leave. I'm number one. I'm the one that matters. I don't care what else everybody else is doing. I'm going to sit there. I'm going to get up. Sit there and get up. It's kind of, you know what I mean? And then I'm going to leave. So I don't care about hurting anybody's feelings. I'm working my program and what works for me to stay sober for that day, that instance. I can't help what happens tomorrow or yesterday. Stay in the present. Be aware. And so the prayer for the day. I pray that I may be content that things that I now see darkly will someday be made clear. I pray that I may have faith that someday I will see face to face. Amen. I hope y'all have a safe and blessed day. I love y'all very much. Peace.